Hi all my beautiful butterflies, this is Tiffany here at Home Sweet Cloud. Welcome to the End of July garden tour. This is going to probably kind of be my first official video on my new channel, Home Sweet Cloud. I do have two channels now. My Stuck in a Cloud with more art, and I was doing garden videos, but I decided to just do my Home Sweet Cloud, which on Instagram is my garden, so I figured I would just do that. So this is the end of July right now, and for those who don't know, I am a backyard gardener of South Central Pennsylvania, and my zone is roughly kind of like 60, 7-ish, and I'm just going to take you on a quick little garden tour and updates and stuff like that. So stick along and I hope you enjoy it. So it is about 7 a.m. right now on a Saturday morning, and I popped out here to try to do the tour kind of first thing in the morning because I do live in a suburban neighborhood, and eventually on a Saturday morning I'm gonna end up having lawnmowers and cars and kids and dogs barking and neighbors walking and all that stuff. So I'm out here this morning before all the noise happens. Hopefully we might get some interruptions. So anyways, the whole garden bed design kind of happened between this butterfly bush and that compost bin, because when we moved in, our backyard was completely different than what it was, and that bin was already there and the bush was there, so we kind of did it around that, so we didn't have to move that. We do now have a bigger compost bin, but I'll show you that later. This is my little herb beds. This is a spider flower, and I'll actually show you on the outside. It makes really pretty flowers. So it's not what some people might think it is. When we first moved in, my husband and I thought it was something that it's not. It's actually a flower. I do need, you're going to see that I need to come out here, and probably later today I will be out here doing some work in the garden because it needs some loves. But I have peppermint and lemon balm and pineapple sage, and this is a volunteer sunflower that was about 12 feet. Most of all my sunflowers in my garden are volunteer this year. I do have a side in my house bed that I planted all of the sunflowers, and I'll show that one later too. It's my lavender and sage and yarrow. There's some rosemary and thyme. Guess I'll show you the pepper plants. And then I have our pepper plants. We got some jalapenos and just a bunch of different ones. Cayennes, different colors. Some special New Mexico one that my husband tried on a jerky and wants me to grow it for jerky. There's Anaheims and habaneros. And, my tomatoes. I do have a video posted on here about my tomatoes. It was on my other channel, but I just put it over here now since this is my gardening channel, so that is up. We have our little trellis. Well, it's not little, it's actually kind of big. My husband made. And I do have some red peeking through, so I am gonna probably come out later today and get all that. So this is kind of my hodgepodge bed that needs some love. And there's peppers, Those are bell peppers, another volunteer sunflower, another volunteer sunflower. These are lavender martinis. I need to harvest and dry for teas. And there's a bunch of weeds that I need to come. I had plans to do a whole bunch of different like tea flowers and stuff in this bed, but a lot of things were eaten by lovely, friendly backyard friends. And so I don't have a whole lot in this bed right now. But there's bell peppers and a lot of the lavender martinis, which I need to harvest and dry for my teas. And then these are petunias that are meant for dyeing and for teas and stuff. So I need to actually come out here and grab some of these too. They're really pretty. And then I have this trellis I'm doing cucumbers on. And I actually have a couple of cucumbers, but my hopes was that they would climb up on this. I got some beans. And then more cucumbers over here. And some basil. And there's stelgium that's taken off. And here's Margaret. Good old Margaret. Margaret's 2. She's been eating a little bit. She had a haircut. But she's my little Margaret the dandelion. She's awesome. This is another bed that needs some love. This is my greens bed that I was letting some lettuce heads that, this was a really awesome lettuce head. So I'm letting it seed so I can use it, but it's, yeah, I need some love in this bed too. And this is just the inside garden. And then we're going to pop out and go to the outside half of it. This is the my garden table my husband made. And there are starting to be some kind of commotion, not commotion, but cars and life happening in the neighborhood. So we might end up getting some background noises here soon. There's kale, more pineapple sage, strawberry mint, and I have some beans planted on here, but they're not doing very well because deers have been in my yard this year. And then the most beautiful volunteer mugwort that I've already been harvesting, because this was all full of mugwort coming out, like up here. But I've been slowly coming out here and harvesting the some branches off it to keep the mugwort. It's really good for sleep. And I can use sleep, believe me. And here's my onions that I'm going to harvest today. Some of them are really good, some of them not so much, but it's time to pull them because they're time to be pulled. Over here, I have carrots on the back side. My initial thought was I was going to do pinto beans across here, but I did shelling peas in the spring, and the deers just kind of attacked them, so I was like, I'm not even going to bother. And that is a chocolate mint nostalgium. This is a Mexican marigold that's really good for teas, and more basil. I do have a eucalyptus underneath there. This is the best nostalgium. It's just going crazy. This is one, and it's living its best life right there. So back here we have more beans I tried to plant on this trellis back here. But once again, creatures like to eat, and I really need this. Is my garden. This is the worst it's been in the last 4 years of love. I don't know if most of you know or not that I do work a full-time job and as a retail manager, and life has just been kind of crazy lately. So, anyways, there's carrots and kales, and all the calendula is volunteer too, which I need to come out here and cut off the seeds and trim it down and save some of the petals for teas too. And I had a couple of purple cauliflower and broccoli, and I let a couple of them go to seed. And it's just about time for me to pull these two. I like things to go to seeds. I actually have more fun having things go to seeds than growing for some reason. I don't know why, but I like seeds. I love seeds. So this is something that needs to be worked here soon too, is pulling this stuff up and harvesting these seeds. And there's some beets down here and more kale. I like to sprinkle kale throughout the garden because it just looks like a pretty bush. And you can just come out and randomly pull a leaf off here and there. More carrots over here. And then this was a clothesline. The other one is over there. And instead of tearing it up, we just kind of build the beds around it, and I use it as trellises. I did have peas on it. I was going to do beans again, but this year with deer, I just haven't done it. This is my strawberry bed. It's new this year. I did have my lavender from last year. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with that because I am making this into a strawberry bed, and it's already starting to take over, even though this lavender is beautiful. So I haven't decided what I'm doing with that yet. And then I did plant some of the butterfly peas for tea. I planted 2 of those just to see how that goes. But my hopes is that this whole bed will just be strawberries. And then this was my flower somewhat herb bed. I have white sage, I have yarrow, volunteer calendula, and my dahlias. I have eucalyptus. I have some stalks in here, marigolds, and apparently a volunteer pepper plant, because I did not plant this here. I did have one in here like 2 years ago, so I'm guessing it came back from that. This yarrow needs to have some love because a deer came and started eating it, so I need to take it down and dry it up for the flowers and stuff. And I do have a lace. This is a lace flower that's not doing good because the yarrow's taken over. Some more lavender, mint, some white sage, and my first real dahlia of the year. This bed's not doing very good this year. Really, a lot of my beds aren't. But Brussels sprouts that I needed to take because I was trying them again this year and they weren't doing so good. So I need to come and just clear this bed out and maybe plant something in here. I don't know yet. I got some baby pumpkins that my hopes was to go up this thing, but they probably would if I was better out here every day training it, and I haven't really been. So I got little white ones and the little, these are like the little weed jacks. I think I have some in here somewhere. I know there's one in here somewhere that's already like good to go, even though it's July. Oh, here you go. Little guy. And I think there's one in here too. That's good to go here. Little guy. Back over here, more of the, there's more carrots, more of these pretty butterfly peas that I need to come out and make some tea. I haven't made tea yet this morning. This is my mushroom trellis. More basil. That's hollyhock. There was another hollyhock over there that's maybe doing a little bit okay. Deer's got those. And more of my peas are beans. These are actually beans, but they were chopped off too at some point. I think deer's just discovered my yard this year. And calamine, I have not done very good calamine this year. Don't understand why, but I don't know, maybe next year. Catnip's going crazy. I need to trim that down. And then these beds over here. Got a lot of kale. I think I have some beets back there. I think I'm going to pull a lot of this. Maybe, I don't know, put some root things or something in it. I got some more beans. They're kind of doing okay. They did get bitten off a little bit, but hopefully they're looking like they're going to be okay. And pinto beans, I need to harvest them, but they've gotten eaten a lot too. And more volunteer calendula. And these are beans, and I did have more calamine in here. I planted so many calamine seeds. I was like, I want lots of them, and this year they just don't want to work for me. I also think it could be the soil, because we usually use mushroom soil, and this year I just bought bag soil because I didn't top off. We usually top off all the beds every year with mushroom soil, and I didn't do that this year, and I only really needed to like add soil to pots, so I think that might have been the issue. I don't know, we'll try again next year. And these are all black beans, and that's pretty much the side yard of the outside garden. I know people ask why, what's up with this side garden when I have this garden. This was the original that my husband and my sons built me like 4 years ago. And it just wasn't enough for this seed addicting growing mama here. So last spring, my older son and myself did the side bed here to add more beds because I wanted to grow all the things. And so that's why this is here. There probably will be some changes to the yard here pretty soon, probably within a week or so. I'll get into a little bit more of that here in a little bit, but this is the outside of the garden. Another butterfly bush. And there's all my cornflowers. I love, 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 love. They're doing so beautiful. And I got some ones down here I'm going to end up digging up and transplanting somewhere. Another volunteer sunflower. They probably past their primes, but I've been leaving them so our little like finch friends and all little birdie friends can eat the seeds. And this is actually where all my roses are. Early spring and late summer into fall, I do really good of harvesting my roses for teas. In the middle of the summer, we get the June bugs and they just destroy them. So I don't even kind of do anything with them. If I can catch a really pretty flower bud, especially over here in these ones that haven't been touched yet, I'll cut them for drying because I like to dry them for the arts and stuff. And this is milk, or not milkweed, butterfly weed. And I haven't seen too many butterflies this year, so I don't know. And another butterfly bush. And this is the outside of the garden. It's morning glory. It is kind of a weed. I did not plant it, but it just started growing on the back side of the garden fence, and I kind of love the look of it. I don't think my husband likes it so much, but I totally love the look of it, and I just let it go, and I'll clean it all up, clean all the vines up this fall and stuff. But it's just, I just like the way it covers the back fence of it. And so that is this part of the garden. And where I'm at the end of July, we are doing some changes to the actual yard. We have I'll go into this in further videos because I will be doing videos on them. But my husband made a compost, and I'll do that in the video too. But our neighbor down there is not the best, how do I put it, positive energy friendly neighbor. And I'll go on the whole story, but anyways, there's a line dispute at the moment, and here this week we're doing our own stuff, and we are going to end up moving some stuff around. We're getting our own survey done, but we're going to end up moving a lot of stuff, and we're going to actually put up a fence along the back side. So that's going to be in further videos. So this whole thing is going to end up changing. But over there we do have some apple trees. We used to have a whole line of like pine trees that were like 40 years old, and they weren't doing so good, so we had to take them down, and we decided to put them on apple trees. But the apple trees are still not really doing good either. But with the whole change of everything, we're just gonna be seeing what happens. And then there's pumpkin and watermelons, and I never do watermelons good. I don't really like watermelons, actually. I was doing it more for my son, and I always try every year to go watermelon for my son. I never really can. The pumpkins, for some reason, I got pumpkins down. I'll take you over. So these are watermelons, these three. That one's barely even doing anything. And those are pumpkins. And they are doing great. These were from seeds that I saved. I think this one was like a teal white that I saved. And that one should be a sugar, like a sugar pie one. And cantaloupe, which I was really wanting the cantaloupe. It's the first time I did cantaloupe, and I was really wanting that one because I love cantaloupe, but it's not doing very good either. So I don't know. But our trees are just not, I don't know if anybody's apple tree experts. And we got some apples on them, but we also had some deers come through and eat them. That's an apple tree, and that one was planted like before we even moved in. And it's doing okay. Still not the best though either. So that's this side, and I'll take you over to the other side house though. It's a new one this year. So this we did this year. This used to be just 4 garden beds, and our 3 like wood garden beds that just came off to the house. And I'll put pop up some pictures somewhere up here, or throw in pictures. But what we end up doing is we brought it out and add gravel. And the front of the house has this too because we have a basement. And my husband didn't really like me watering against the house with the basement. So I thought, well, this will make it look nice. And this is usually where I do sunflowers, but I thought with the bed, few other flowers. So these are all the sunflowers I did plant, except for this one here is a volunteer, and this one here is a volunteer. And I got some snapdragons, more of that lavender martini. I got, I'm not really sure what this is. This one, and there's some other ones over there. Were part of a wildflower seed pack I had during the old garden beds. This is like a patch, part of the old garden bed that I left because they had some pretty flowers in there. So I kind of left that corner. I'm not sure what these are called, but I really like them, so I kept them and transplanted them up into this bed because they're pretty. And I have some Benjamin buttons, more yarrow. This was a rose seedling from a rose I thought died, but next to it there was like 5 more rose seedlings, so I transplanted over here. And some dahlias. And I have zinnias underneath there, but I don't know how well they're going to do because some flowers are really taking up the sunlight. I do see one up there. There is one. I hear the neighborhood waking up. I'm hearing cars in the background, so I apologize. And then I need to come deadhead my Shasta daisies, so they'll maybe get some more flowers. I have those around our mailbox too up front. My husband did a brick mailbox. He was very proud of it. The only one in the neighborhood. I always tell people, you find my house, you look for the brick mailbox. So I have some Shasta daisies around there too. But this is the new bed on this side. So anyways, these are my lilac bushes. I hope you enjoyed this little garden tour, the first one on this new channel. It's not acres and crazy land, but it's my pretty little happy place. And eventually one day we will have more land one day. So it looks like it's in July right now with a very busy schedule of life, which I know all of you know who have a busy schedule of life. When I first started the garden, I wasn't working, so I had more time to spend out here, but I'm just not going to give it up. I'm not going to give it up. So it's going to be what it's going to be. So anyways, before I start rambling on for hours about things, I'm going to just say goodbye for now. This was my end of July garden tour, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do the little thumbsies if you did. And any questions about anything, I love to answer any way I can. And like always, spread seeds, smiles, and sunshine. So thanks, guys. Bye.